I got McDonald's. Oh, I just ruined the lid. I don't always drink Coca-Cola, but when I do, it's Diet Coke from McDonald's for $1. No aspartame. No, that's Pepsi. What should we talk about today?
What are some of the nastiest places you've ever been?
Nastiest places I've ever been?
Yep.
Well, I know for a fact, when I used to work for the cable company installing cable in the city, some nastiness there. But I'm going to lump those together. First, I'll start off with, I don't know if you remember your Uncle Tim.
Yeah, I think they came over.
Yeah, exactly.
Tim and Robin, I think?
Yep.
I do.
Uncle Tim asked me to help him hang cabinets in a really bad neighborhood. And we had to tear down the old cabinets. And when we went into this guy's house, there were roaches everywhere. Like, the light in the room would cast a shadow of a roach crawling across the top, of the light fixture. You would see, like the little flickering dancing around, and you'd look and see it. You open the silverware drawer, and on the inside of the drawer, like it kind of overlaps, there were roaches crawling across his silverware and his cups and bowls, and on his table, roaches. And when we tore down his old cabinets to put up the new one, guess what was behind the cabinet?
Roaches.
Nothing but roach eggs just stuck to the wall. When I got home, your mother, we lived in an apartment above a building, so there was only like 2 apartments, our landlord and us. Your mother made me strip down to my underwear in the hallway and put all of my clothes into a plastic bag. I don't remember if we threw them away or if they went straight in the washer. Another time, this is when I was working for the cable company.
Was there people living in that house?
All the houses I'm talking about were lived in.
It's horrible.
This house just smelled horrible, and when I walked into the living room to install the cable on their living room television, I stepped on the carpet, and the carpet did not want to let go of my shoe or boots or whatever it was. It was so soaked with whatever pop or whatever stains there were. That was disgusting. Another time I stepped in dog crap in this woman's living room. I mean, do you just really leave your dog's crap? And it was a small dog, so it was small crap. So that was one of those times you could literally say I had to wipe my feet after I left their house. Another time, this was really messed up. I kind of got threatened. I worked Metro, so I was working inner city, and I was installing the cable, and the parents left. They left me alone with like this young teenager, and they didn't, this isn't gross, it's just weird living conditions. They didn't have a picture window, and on their front porch they had a very vicious pit bull, and I guess the kid saw me look over at my shoulder at the pit bull, and was kind of scared, and he just starts laughing while he's drinking liquor at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and he says, "My pit bull loves the taste of blood." And then he started accusing me of planting bugs in his house, saying that he's seen our cable vans at the police department. So not really nasty living conditions aside from not having a picture window and living up here in Cleveland. I hope it wasn't like that for the winter. This isn't a nasty house, but it has to do with working for the cable company. I was doing disconnects, and I was in the middle of disconnecting someone's cable, and I had the ladder up on my shoulder. I was walking back to the van, and someone set their German Shepherd out on me, and I had to throw the ladder down in the middle of the street, and me and the dog were running around the ladder. He could have just jumped over the ladder and killed me. That was kind of messed up. And then I got promoted to the suburbs. I thought that would be fun. No more getting threatened and everything else. Well, at the time I had a horrible fear of bees. And it seemed everywhere they sent me, they had underground cable installed. Same with their power and phone. So there was pedestals that you had to access. And every time, well, it felt like every time, I opened up a pedestal, I was ripping a hornet's nest or a wasp's nest in half. And yeah. But what really made me quit is I was working Metro one time, and you're my son, I hate using these words, but I went into a house where girls would get paid money to go on dates with guys, and immediately as I walked in, a couple girls started hitting on me, you know, saying I was cute, this, that, and the other. And, you know, I was like, oh no, I'm not interested. And, you know, there was a few guys hanging out in the house, young adults.
Must be half.
And she's like, yeah, it looks like about half.
There you go.
And she was like, what, we ain't good enough for you? You know, so I'm like really anxious and everything. I want to get out. And I'm like, no, that's not it. I'm married, you know, and I showed him my ring finger, which probably wasn't smart either for the neighborhood I was in. So anyway, I just wanted to get out of there as quick as possible. So I go upstairs. They're just getting an extra room installed. So the cable's already installed. I'm just supposed to run it a certain way. Well, I was taking shortcuts because I wanted to get out of there as fast as I possibly could. So I just drilled through the wall. The one room had cable. I put a splitter on it, and I was just going to run the cable from the splitter to the other room. I was in such a hurry that I didn't check the other wall that I was drilling into. As I was pushing the drill through, there was no problem. But upon pulling my drill back, it wasn't coming through the wall. So I'm sitting here fighting with this drill, and then all of a sudden, as I'm in reverse forcing it back, some very expensive designer clothes someone must have just threw on the floor behind, you know, where I was drilling, starts coming through. So finally I got my drill loose, hooked up, you know, the cable to the TV, ran down the stairs. The lady's like, whoa, don't I owe you any money? I'm like, no, it's on the house. And I just left. I went back and I was just like, you know what? I quit. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up, comment. What's the dirtiest house you've ever been, or the dirtiest place you've ever been? I'd like to know. I'd like to read it. Let me know. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm pushing really hard to try to get 50 subscribers. It's going to be a milestone for me, and then after that it'll be 100, and then after that it'll be 110. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and
also subscribe, because right when he hits 50, I'm pelting him with eggs.
He's pelting me with eggs when I get 50 subscribers.
Do it for me.
Stay thirsty, my friends.